And Rory McIlroy has etched his name into golfing history by winning the US Masters in Georgia to complete the career Grand Slam. He beat England's Justin Rose in a tense playoff at the Augusta National. It is McIlroy's first Masters win and makes him the first European to complete a career Grand Slam of golf's 4 major tournaments. He is only the 6th player to win all 4, the US Masters, the US Open, the US PGA and the British Open. Our reporter Stephen Watson spoke to Rory McIlroy shortly after his win.
It feels like it's been a long time coming. I've been coming here for 17 years. I had my first real chance at winning this 14 years ago. It didn't quite happen that day. And then for the last 10 years coming here and trying to complete the Grand Slam. There's been a lot, every year I come into here, there's been a lot riding on this week for obvious reasons. And some years I handled it well, some years I didn't. But, thankfully, finally I was able to get over the line.
You told me as a young boy, 25 years ago, that this was your dream to win all 4 majors. So what's it like to be standing here today to have achieved it?
Yeah, it's incredible. I think when you're 10 years old, you don't know what you're saying, but there was something in there. Look, I feel incredibly fortunate and grateful, and my mum and dad, they saw potential in me and they did everything possible to help me try to fulfill that potential. And this is as much theirs as it is mine. I wish they were here to celebrate with me tonight, but hopefully I'll see them in a couple days' time, and we're gonna, we're there. It's amazing. There was probably times in my life where I thought that this was never going to happen, and there was a few low points, driving out of Magnolia Lane on Sunday nights and it not happening. But to finally get the job done this year is, it's unbelievably satisfying, and it's just such a special moment.
And what does it mean to have won the career Grand Slam? You are now a golfing great for all time. You can come back to Augusta for the rest of your life.
Yeah. I don't think it'll sink in for a while. There was only 5 other players in history that have done it. And they're all, Jack, Tiger, Gary Player, Gene Sarazan, Ben Hogan. I mean, they're the creme de la creme of golf, and to think that I've been able to put my name alongside theirs. Yeah. I said. Had a little reception with the members, and I said I'm going to be going to that Champions dinner every Tuesday night, and they're going to have to wheel me out of here when I'm 90 years old.
I mean, the way you won it today, what drama. It was absolutely box office. What was it like to be involved in, knowing you were carrying all that burden and the weight of expectation on your shoulders as well?
Yeah, when I hit the ball in the water on 13, I thought, I had a look at the board, and I saw I was tied for the lead at that point, and then I saw Justin Rose had just made a birdie to go to 11, so I was 1 behind. And I thought, it's okay, I've still got, 14, 15, or maybe birdie holes and a bogey 14, and all of a sudden I'm really, my back's really against the wall. And then, I pulled out a great shot when I needed it on 15, and from there then I played some really great golf, and had a chance in regulation obviously to get the job done, and wasn't able to take it. But for how I think that the last hole in regulation to the playoff hole, it was a microcosm of the whole week. It was like one bad hole followed by one great hole, and that was sort of how the story of the week was.